Did you know you can make ramen from spaghetti? Tell me this isn't upside down. Thank you. All you need is baking soda. We all know I've got plenty of this laying around. As an experiment, I'm gonna cook up some pasta, but 2 different ways. The traditional way, boiling it for a few minutes, and just some plain water. We're not gonna do the salting for this because we're making a ramen bowl. The broth is super salty. We're gonna start with our control pasta, just plain old noodles, boiled in water for the recommended amount of time. For this angel hair, I'm gonna do about 4 minutes. Angel hair is gonna be closer to the thickness of ramen, but you can use thin spaghetti or regular spaghetti. Let's get this back on the heat and set a timer for 4 minutes. Alexa, set pasta timer for 4 minutes. Now let's ramenize this angel hair.
Heavy pot.
This is a large pot, so I'm gonna do about 2 teaspoons of baking soda. You don't want a lot here. Baking soda can impart a bitter flavor, so you really wanna balance the baking soda to get the right texture, but without sacrificing flavor. That baking soda is gonna raise the pH of the water. It's gonna change not only the texture of the pasta, but how it looks as well. Get this back on the heat. Once again, just put your pasta in the water on the stove. Alexa, set ramen timer for 4 minutes. If you've ever made homemade pretzels, that uses an alkaline solution. You put a little bit of baking soda in your water, and it gives the dough, the pretzel, that chewiness. That's what's happening here with the pasta. Batch 1, looking great. Ooh, hold please. We gotta act quickly. Angel hair, since it's so thin, we don't wanna overcook it. We don't want it to be mushy, even though this is our control. Every time. This is our control, our traditionally boiled pasta for the recommended amount on the package. I'm not gonna taste it yet. I wanna do a side-by-side taste test. In theory, this baking soda technique should give us a better quality ramen noodle than even this package variety. This is not traditional ramen by any stretch of the imagination, but this is probably what we're all used to. I always love a technique that uses an ingredient you probably already have at home. Pasta is so easy to find. Traditional ramen noodles can be difficult to find in regular grocery stores, and you may not have a specialty store in your area. So go ahead and try this trick. It's always fun to remix your ingredients, make something new out of something you already have. Batch 2, ooh, it even smells different. Unlike traditional pasta, you're gonna wanna rinse this. That'll also help get rid of that baking soda taste from the pasta. Just some cold water. Let's see if this is done cooking before it boils over. I've been adding ice cubes. Your pasta water starts to, Alexa, stop. My life is chaos. All right, quick rinse, give me a second. Ooh, I can really smell this one. It does change how it smells a little bit. I made a 3rd batch with even more baking soda to taste the difference, to see what it's actually doing, if more baking soda helps or hurts. We have our first batch, regular pasta, no baking soda. Batch 2, about 2 teaspoons of baking soda for a large pot of water. And the 3rd batch, about 4 teaspoons of baking soda. This is interesting. The noodles get a little darker the more baking soda you use. I'm gonna go around and give it a taste test. Judge my chopstick skills. Batch 1, normal pasta. Still a little chewy, a little bite in there, just like a normal pasta would if you cooked it al dente. Batch 2, the baking soda definitely changes the texture. It's springy, it's bouncy. Get that noodle off of there. 3rd batch, quite a bit more baking soda. Even more of that texture, of that chew. I'm getting a subtle taste of that baking soda, but it's very, very subtle. Once you mix this with your broth and other ingredients, it should fade into the background. If you're super sensitive to bitter flavors, you may wanna skip this or go light on the baking soda, but a little bit does change the texture and reminds me a little bit more of traditional ramen noodles. I'm gonna go with batch 3. They're really good. A little bit of baking soda flavor. I could have maybe rinsed them a little bit more, but it is gonna change the flavor just a little bit. I'm gonna start with some of our noodles. There's a traditional method of layering the noodles. We're doing it the at-home way, nice and rustic and simple. You can use a regular chicken broth or beef broth. You can find ramen broths, or you can make your own. Some of that broth. This will help warm those noodles right back up. Just gonna finish it off with some simple toppings. Hard-boiled egg, some green onion. I love green onions, so we're going for a lot, and a little shake of sesame seeds. You can add your favorite toppings, and there we go. From angel hair to a beautiful bowl of ramen. Let's give it a taste test. These noodles were able to soak up a little bit of that broth. There's not a ramen place nearby. This is a great go-to. Don't mind me, I messed up my pretty bowl.
Make another one.
What an easy way to remix ingredients you already have in your kitchen.